Yeah, let's try to find somewhere quiet.
I mean, we can go out front or go around the corner.
No, there was some places on the patio.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Follow me. And she again leads you out, like with a practiced hand out the back door to her, well, at least weekend stomping grounds away from her desk day job.
And you said that like there was a lot of like corners meant for like privacy out here, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna find one, like probably with like a bench, so I could sit next to her.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we sit down, I'm gonna kind of like move her hair and just start kissing her neck.
And as you do, you glance across at the next bench and you see somebody there, and he's almost adopted the same pose that you have on his partner. And you see the flash of red eyes briefly as he grins and then puts his head back down into the nape of his newfound partner's neck. There is no fear as your life is fading away. You feel an unexpected comfort in the arms of the being that is taking it. You experience a surprising calm as it all disappears. Drop by drop, takes your fears, your worries, your dreams, and your joy. Then your consciousness vanishes, and all that's left is blackness. You open your eyes, and there's a lingering feeling that something is missing. But something else immediately overrides it. It's an electric purr that stirs your senses awake. Coming back from the death is slow. You feel sluggish as you become aware of the room you are in, the company you share. Above and around you are slow swinging hunks of meat, like bodies of that deathly migration. Beside you are others, also escaping death's shore. As you begin to sit up, you feel it for the first time. Hunger. And you know somehow, as you experience that terrible pain, you are no longer human. Good evening and welcome to the stream. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello,
What an
everybody.
intro.
Yeah.
Tonight, and for the next few weeks, we will be diving into the world of darkness and exploring Vampire the Masquerade's starter set, The New Blood. As a warning, Vampire contains graphic descriptions of death, physical violence, including the use of guns, claws, biting, stalking, gore, blood drinking, as well as drug and alcohol use. Vampires are predators, heirs of an ageless condition, and driven by supernatural forces they struggle to control. One overwhelming fact defines their existence. To survive, they require blood. In most cases, taking blood involves hurting somebody, maybe even killing them. No matter how virtuous a vampire might be on the evening of their embrace, they quickly understand their long-term survival requires constant compromise between ethics and practicality. Vampire the Masquerade explores those moral compromises. How far will a character go for survival? For success? The deceit and violence a vampire is willing to engage in? The people they're willing to hurt and betray? And that's where we find the true horror. It's about sacrificing one's humanity bit by bit until nothing remains but a monster. Thus, viewers should prepare themselves to watch us explore themes of violence, desperation, and maybe even exploitation. If any viewer finds the story going in an uncomfortable direction for them, they should stop, navigate away, and find something else to occupy their time. Viewer discretion is advised. So before we find out more about our players, we'd like to thank Molten Hosting for the ease at which we can check out a ton of new game content in bite-sized chunks. If you want to check out some of the games we've been taking a look at, but don't want to worry about forwarding your ports and all the other hassles that come with self-hosting, then check out moltenhosting.com for your own Foundry turnkey solution. Be sure to use the code RECALLKNOWLEDGE at checkout, where new subscribers can get their first month free. Now that doesn't suck. does it?
Oh,
Speaking
it does
of,
not.
let's jump back into our game as our players start to rouse for the night. And as they take in their surroundings and the others nearby, let's start by having them describe their characters, themselves, and anything else they might want to let you guys know, starting with Nina.
Hi, my name is Alex. I used to work for a bank. I'm pretty ambitious. There's nothing really that can get in my way. But I don't know what's happening to me right now. Seems very exciting though.
Thanks, Nina. Steve.
Howdy, I'm playing Blake. I'm just a good old country boy coming out from the Midwest to find my way in Los Angeles. And you might have read a few of my articles. I don't know. I used to be something of a big shot. And now I find myself in an interesting predicament. But it's only temporary. I'm sure I'll be back on top soon enough. And you'll see Blake, he walks around wearing various coats to try to look upscale, but he's always got the t-shirts, the sports jerseys. He's a very casual sort of dude on the inside with a shine of trying to be a little more than he really is on the outside. And the artwork you see of me over there on the right hand side, and that's really cool, Rick, the way that you have the artwork popping up like that. It's a pretty good indication of what I look like.
Thanks, Steve. Mike, you're up next.
All right. I am playing Marsh. I'm a former cage fighting champion in a minor promotion who retired after getting older and hurt. I moved to LA in hopes of becoming some celebrity or maybe even an influencer's bodyguard. I'm about 6'1", 200 pounds. I'm very muscular with short hair. Basically, my clothes are torn and tethered, kind of like really old stuff. And I have a hockey mask.
Thanks, Mike. Finally, Richard.
Hi, I'm playing Sam. You see a kind of lithe figure dressed in a little bit too tight, probably black jeans, maybe. It's hard to tell; they're so dark.
And they're tight, buddy.
Yeah, a dark grayish silver shirt with a very tight leather trench coat that is buttoned up. Long black hair with silver almost ombre, and then one silver streak as well. And Sam sits up and is immediately taking in his surroundings, curious. Probably get used to that from his tours in Iraq.
Thanks, Richard. Let's jump back into our story. The camera fades in, and we see a group of 4 people lying still on the cold floor of a quiet room. As you start making out shapes around you, you feel your first hunger. It's different from any hunger you've ever felt. Like a person starving to death who suddenly smells food. You sense the blood, and you know it'll ease this terrible, hollow pain inside you. Thinking to yourselves, how will you deal with your first hunger? You smell blood and recognize it as exactly that. The aroma reaches out to you, sweet and tempting. Your eyes fall upon meat hooks that decorate the room, searching for the choice meal you are craving. There are whole animal carcasses hanging from hooks, pork, cattle, and yet your gaze locks onto a piece hung in the middle of the room. A brunette mop of hair dangles upside down, together with the stark realization of what your body craves. The corpse of a man wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt. You understand there's more to this room, but right now, the only thing you can focus is on him. Hunger is an ever-present and persistent feature of Kindred and Vampire the Masquerade. Every night upon waking from their day sleep, vampires must rouse their blood. Each of you have 2 hunger now. that will be represented by red dice rolled in your dice pool. Hunger dice are visible representations of your character's hunger, and they'll be rolled automatically as part of your contests. As everybody wakes up, why don't everybody go ahead and make a rouse check? It should be on the front page of your character sheet that says rouse with a roll button underneath it.
I got a success.
Did
I
anybody
rolled
get a
one success as
failure?
well.
Success for Blake.
Like success for
Well,
everybody, but I
Can
got
you explain to
0.
me what a success means?
So in rousing the blood, it's one dice, and you roll that dice whenever you wake up to force the blood through your body. You wake up and you make a rouse check. If you succeed, which is a face of an ankh on the dice,
Okay.
you succeed. If you fail, represented by a blank face, your hunger goes up by 1.
Okay, so my dice all.
Represented by a blank face, your hunger goes up by 1.
Okay, so my dice all say blank. My dice are blank, but it says success. Oh, success 0. It doesn't say failure. It just says success 0.
Yeah, so on your character sheet,
Yep.
Marsh,
Okay.
where it says hunger,
Yep.
you should have 3 hunger now.
Yes.
All right. As your hunger grows throughout the night through either rouse checks, contests, etc., the more irritable you become and the more hungry for blood you'll become.
Okay.
It will almost occupy your very focus.